the wonderful world of CWP. So, just in case some of you come here and you don't know what CWP is, just a quick refresher. So CWP stands for Common Web Platform. It's a government web platform. It was launched on September 16th of September 2013. It included quite a few modules. So when you download from the repository in CWP, comparing it to sort of just like a vanilla SilverStripe, you'll notice a massive amount of modules come down with it. So some of them, just to preempt any questions about what modules are there. So it includes the advanced workflow, the content review, which fortunately, thanks to our upgrade, actually seems to work now. Document converter. Document converter allows you to bring in a Word document to create pages based on styles. The registry, secure assets, subsites, very, very useful for us at the Christchurch City Council. User forms, iframes, Solar comes as standard. We don't use it though. Real-me authentication and AD single sign-on. Those last two we don't use either at this stage. Okay, so rather than using GitHub, CWP has its own GitLab setup. Basically behaves almost identically, but it's a closed shop just within the CWP agencies. It also has its own deploy-not tool, so deployments, despite what I've heard from other people, I find the deploy-not with CWP to be really, really easy. Well, the easiest thing I've ever done in my IT career. The environments comes with a production environment and a UAT environment. Using deploy-not, you can refresh content very, very easily from one to the other. So found that very, very useful. I annoyed one of our colleagues who looks after SharePoint when I showed him how quickly it could be done compared to how he has to do it in SharePoint. Basically, CWP is ready to go. As soon as an agency has purchased an instance and they've got their repository all set up, they can go for it. So it comes with the default theme, which just uses Bootstrap, and they can just kick straight into it. And there was quite a few agencies. Mike will confirm how many there are. I can't remember how many, but ECAN are one of the latest cabs off the rank. I don't know if they're actually ready yet, but if they're not, they're very, very close. And I think Auckland City Council might be.
Yeah, over there as well.
Yeah, all the government agencies. Okay, so when you sign into CWP, they really, really, really like it if you actually make sure that you stay up to date. For some agencies, that's actually quite difficult. The smaller ones, so places like Farmac. Just trying to think where the other one was that I was thinking of off the top of my head, but no, I can't remember. But a lot of the agencies don't have in-house development areas, so they've basically just got very basic IT support and just content editors. So they actually find these upgrades to be a bit stressful. So they usually come out with a new version every 3 months. The version that we upgraded to last night is 1.4.1, and that came out in August. So technically we should be seeing another one coming out very, very soon. 1.4.1 uses framework version 3.4.1, so it's very up to date. I don't know how some of our authors are going to cope seeing the lack of tabs and seeing how everything looks a lot flatter now, but I'm sure they'll get used to it. The upgrade, of course, is just handled from Composer. So just go and change the Composer JSON just to point to the basic recipe. The basic recipe pulls down all of the modules again, and any extra ones that come in, because sometimes all the agencies have the way the CWP works is all the agencies have they can submit changes to go into CWP, and they get voted on by all the agencies, and then if there's some development time available from SilverStripe, they'll go and develop it. Otherwise, you can recommend that we've done this, and do you think this will be useful for your agencies? Okay. Okay, so Christchurch City Council, we are rather process driven. So the process that we have to go through for all of this is we don't just go flying into it because we're not allowed to. I'll get hauled over the coals because I'm release manager for the team, so yeah. We log a change request, of course. Then we get a project manager, and our project manager is feeling so left out that she probably got thrown off a horse over the weekend and badly injured her leg. So now what I typically do is managing the upgrades, and not really doing much development. I usually just go and kill off my local environment and suck in the latest good one from the repository and just upgrade that. I give it a quick smoke test on my local environment. If I'm happy enough that I can log in and it doesn't look like I've scrambled the entire site, I go and update the test server. So the test server we use is a little bit, we're in a slightly different environment because we're a Windows and Microsoft house. Our test server is Windows 2012 and iOS 8.5. So a bit different to what most people were probably using SilverStripe with. However, I've got it working quite nicely now, so it comes along quite well. Okay, then we get into the testing. So with the test server, if all is well, we'll put in a code freeze and say that we're going to go with this, and if the tester is all happy, we'll go and commit that to the GitLab repository, and then update UAT. And then UAT has do all the testing. Any changes we need to make, which I don't think we have to make any changes this time around. And if we're happy, then we go to prod. And that's what we managed last night. So, and with deploy nor, we usually have a short outage. So we normally usually do updates about 10 o'clock at night, and let the call center know, just in case somebody comes in, oh, looking at my rates, and all of a sudden the site went down. Happens. Okay, so what problems did we solve by upgrading? Well, the problem of not upgrading, of course. As I said, SilverStripe are pretty keen for us to keep up to date. A wee while there, they put an end of life on quite a few versions of CWP, and we basically had to upgrade in March, or they would have done it for us. So that would have gone down very well with a lot of the government agencies. So from that, we're just making sure that we're just giving it a month or two and then upgrading. Because as I mentioned a bit earlier, when they went to their last point upgrade, it didn't take too long before the 0.1 upgrade came out. So with this upgrade, I believe we've finally got the advanced workflow working as it's supposed to. And coupled with that is the content review module, which sends messages out to authors, lets them know that their content needs to be reviewed. That's all working now as well. And another nice little one that we found was we've always had trouble with submissions from forms. Being a council, we get quite a lot of submissions going in for our forms, especially for things like people reporting problems. And so if anybody wants to export that out into a CSV, we were having a lot of trouble with that. It was timing out. But the grid field export module has actually solved that problem very nicely, and so we can export up to 10,000 records, which we probably get that number of problems reported at the council. Yeah. Okay, so any questions?